Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to put the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to Playtime. We got your 6 at 6. Now here's your host, Shad Turner of Veterans Unite Podcast and the People's Patriot Project. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of We Got Your 6 at 6. I am Shad Turner with Veterans Unite Podcast. And joining us tonight, we have Mark Peterson from the People's Patriot Project and Angia Eichmann, also from the People's Patriot Project. And we've got a great show lined up for you tonight. We've got Jake Stovall from Gulf SAR, Search and Rescue. And we also have a special guest, DJ. He's also in with Veterans for Christ Initiative. But before we get started talking with them, we got to start off our night with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you would, please remove your hat, stand up if you can, and let's say the Pledge of Allegiance. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which
it
stands one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. All righty. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, how are we doing tonight?
Man, I am fantastic. I was playing MacGyver before we got on the show tonight, so I'm happy. I like doing MacGyver stuff. I like doing MacGyver stuff. Josh got me, man. Josh got me. But no,
what kind of MacGyver stuff are you doing?
Tomorrow I'm doing a deck, or I'm re-topping a deck, and so I've got to pull up like an ungodly amount of 2x4s. And I saw on this Instagram post where some guy was breaking down a pallet, and he had this like long pipe with a crossbar and then 2 little pieces of metal that came out front, and he was using that, and it just boom, just busting down these pallets. I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I could make one of those, and that would work awesome for this deck I'm doing tomorrow. So I cut it. I used a 1-inch iron pipe. So I cut it, welded it up, and then haven't tested it yet. That's what tomorrow's for. But I had just enough time to get that done before we started tonight. So I'm happy.
There you go. There you go.
How about y'all? What y'all got?
Oh man, this has been we're in whirlwind mode right now.
Whirlwind.
Jake and DJ can probably attest. I mean, they're down there helping people in the and the crises that are happening down south. But up here, it's zero complaints, but we're running, and it's running for good stuff. It's we're going crazy with the amount of amazing things we are able to accomplish because of the network of the People's Patriot Project. And it's just an awesome feeling. Going through our notes, and Andrea, feel free to jump in on any one of these things.
There's so many. You start.
Okay. Well, first of all, this last week, on the 10th, we celebrated the Marines' birthday. Happy birthday to all the Marines and all those that have chosen to be part of that process. And we appreciate your choice to be part of something bigger than you. And so thank you. Of course, November 11th is, as our nation knows it, is our Veterans Day. And what an amazing year it has been. I'll just say, I don't want to showcase or step on Veterans Day, but the things that we're able to get done for veterans has been awesome and amazing. And one of the organizations we're closely associated with asked us, what have we gotten done on this Veterans Day? And just the talking and the reaching out. And we did we're going to call it a holiday meeting for the People's Patriot Project. And we went and spent some time with family, and it was just, it was a really good night. And we did some planning and got some things put into place. And then the 13th, Friday the 13th, I don't make a big deal. 13 is our number for the Patriots. We call it our Patriot Day. We had a bunch planned for it, and some stuff fell through the cracks a little bit. We were going to go down to, help me out, Andrea, down to Illinois and work with the Die Hard Project Die Hard. Sorry,
Project Die Hard. There you go.
Gibson. I hope their event went well over the weekend and that they got all the pieces done that they needed to for that. So he comes on regularly. Actually, we have someone in our foxhole right now. We got Scotty Sexton with Forgotten 22 with us tonight as well. We'll let him on, and he's got some pretty big announcements from this last week. I want him to share, and I'll let you in here in a little bit, Scotty. We have partnered up with another company up here in Minnesota. They actually made an announcement that they're heading to Texas as well too today. Did you see that, Andrea?
Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome.
So you guys will see.
Yeah.
You guys will see Hometown Heroes Outdoors down in your neck of the woods. We've been talking with Chris, one of their people of influence, and we've been trying to make sure that we're both helping each other. Because of that, we got the awesome opportunity to go into an event yesterday.
I'm going to jump in. Can I jump in, Petey?
Go ahead.
So I kind of want to just backtrack a little bit. So we did that sturgeon fishing thing with so it was with Blackwater Fishing with Trevor Slifka, and then Hometown Hero Outdoors was part of that as well. And so they were the ones that brought all the veterans that got to go fishing that day. And so after talking with Travis and meeting some of the staff of Hometown Hero Outdoors, I reached out to a couple of them a couple weeks ago. We have some families that really, really, really enjoy doing Christmas. And they asked specifically for a veteran family this year. We had one last year, and they wanted to jump in and do it again this year. So I reached out to Chris Ehrman, who we also had on the show from Hometown Hero Outdoors, and Alicia. And I reached out to both of them asking if they had any families that might need a Christmas sponsored this year. And I said veterans specifically, and Alicia got right back to me once we kind of figured out the line of conversation. And so first I want to share their mission. Hometown Hero Outdoors, their mission is to provide law enforcement officers, military service members, and veterans outdoor opportunities. So they're hunting, they're fishing, they're hiking and gaming, and all kinds of fun stuff. So Alicia got back to me and said, hey, I'm doing a benefit on Saturday the 14th. why don't you guys come to the benefit and you can announce that you want to do their Christmas for their family. And so Mark actually wasn't able to come, and I went just last night, and super fun, super great benefit fundraiser. Some big chunks were donated at a time.
Hey, Andrea, can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah. What if I say no? So Eric Monster is the name of the veteran. He could benefit.
So we have some announcements we need to do. First, is a check from Homeless and Wounded Warriors, Minnesota, from Russ Elstrom and Natalie Peterson and the rest of the clan for $500. So that is for you. Next, I will get Tom. Thomas Field staff for Minnesota.
TMM!
Hello, Eric. I'm Tom Strong. I'm with SS Outfitters. And every summer we have a party and we raise a bunch of money and we decided to donate it to you this year. So we're presenting you with a check for $2,000. So thank you for everything you've done for all of us today. And here's a mug for our business for you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Tom.
That was our annual Hope and Holes party that was held in September.
I got the fan vote for best ribs. Second to last place, but I got the fan vote.
I also have Andrea Eichmann. Oh, here she comes. She's with the People's Patriot Project.
Microphone.
So I was going to speak tonight, but I am ready. Thank you, Alicia, for letting us come in. I work with a nonprofit called the People's Patriot Project, and the last couple of years we've been helping families with their Christmases. And so this year, after meeting the group from Hometown Hero Outdoors, they mentioned this benefit and that it might be kind of fun for us to come and do some decorations. We have trees and gifts and families that just want to help you guys have an awesome Christmas this year. So this goes on with you today, and then I just have a little note of a list of things that you can think about, wants, needs, and fun. So you start your Christmas. Yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, thank you. He and his wife Zanita are so. She works like 50 hours a week, and she's a full-time student, and they have 2 little girls. And his surgery, his amputation is very recent. October 14th, I want to say, was his surgery, and so this is all new. And he also co-owns and runs a gun shop where they buy and sell, they do classes. They have a build a gun class where you purchase your kit and you put it together with them and take it home when you're done. And their shooting range will be opening. They just had it all remodeled. And so people have been very good to them. And I actually met his sister after I spoke, and because she was kind of collecting things, and she said that was amazing timing. She and her sister-in-law had just been discussing what could be done. How could people help to get their Christmas ready? So we're super excited to get in. And I saw their house this morning on Outward Bound. Outward Bound is a Minnesota. Mark, is that Ron Shera's show?
Yes.
Outward Bound. Okay, and so there's another hunting and fishing show, mostly hunting, but just this morning, Sunday morning. That's what we have on our TV in our house, and they were knocking on his door to announce to him that the Minnesota Vikings would be, Cub donated groceries for a year. The Vikings brought a new TV, a new grill, a bunch of goodies, and Kyle Randolph. And oh my gosh, what an awesome, sometimes professional people aren't always in it just for the good, and Kyle's heart is right there. So he knocked on the door, and I was seeing the front of their house with their fall decorations, and I was like, oh, can't wait to put up some wreaths and some Christmas lights. And I don't know if that's our place yet. I'll be visiting with his sister to make those arrangements. So I'm super excited. Super awesome bunch of people. He was in for 11 and a half years, had an injury, had so many surgeries that just weren't fixing it. And so, like I said, that was a fairly new, fairly recent surgery for him. So super great people. So then Chris Tetrault, yeah. He was there last night. He's the other guy that we have been visiting with. And he is, do I do a share screen? Do you want me to do it, Petey?
Yeah.
And so he's got another family. This is for Hometown Hero Outdoors. I want to share. I do this all the time in Zoom. I don't know if I've done this a ton in StreamYard, but so Hometown Hero Outdoors is doing a fundraiser right now. Can you guys see that?
Mhm.
Awesome. So this is Eric Matson. He's a law enforcement officer from down in Waseca County, and he was shot in the face, and he's been recouping. Oh my gosh, was it July? Petey might have all those details, and so his life wasn't even a for sure thing until just recently he got out. He's home. These are the t-shirts. Hometown Hero is on their third wave of t-shirts. We just ordered ours. Some of my family, and I think we got some for the People's Patriot Project people. And so they are doing a king eider hunt for him as well. It's in Alaska on the Aleutian Island, Waterfowlers Island X. It's going to be amazing. So he'll be doing some, of his PT and getting back on his feet and getting his stuff together. And then they are going to take him hunting. They would like everybody to come and see this, get a t-shirt. I saw these t-shirts all over the cities the last few days. And so if we could have you guys get in on that, if you're watching, take a look. Eric's story is amazing. He too has two young girls and a wife. And with Chris, we've just barely begun, but we're going to adopt his family for Christmas as well. So I'm getting ready to drive down to Waseca and see what needs to be done down there. So yeah, super exciting, you guys. Super exciting. That is that's the kind of thing that touches my heart. And we have so many people that want to help out that we just want to have nice holidays set up for these people.
So,
yeah.
To kind of bounce off that, I'd like to openly say thank you to Andrea, who was boots on the ground yesterday. We had some kind of changes in the way we have to format some things around here a little bit for the time being. And she wasn't ready to speak at the event last night, and she did an amazing job. And I thank you for that. She picked up some loose ends, and it wasn't an issue of dropping the ball or anything, but we had to make some quick changes in regards and how we operate some things in this area. And so she took the reins and ran with it. I greatly appreciate that, Andrea. Thank you. And so, and that just tells we're busy, and it's great. We got coming up this next weekend at Ladonia Cerveceria down in North Minneapolis. We have a Pints for Patriots food drive to help collect non-perishable items for our veterans and first responders. Sergio down there, who is a veteran and taking care of the world, has allowed us to come down there, and we're going to run a one-day event from noon to 8 o'clock. We're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard spot right now. I don't know if I'll be able to attend that event or not, but Andrea is going to be down there, right?
Yes.
I'm not throwing you under the bus.
No.
But for sure, Andrea will be
Yes,
there.
he is.
And again, we're doing our live show that night. That's the 22nd. Shad will be here with us. I will be here. Whoever else we stir up and drum up and want to be here will be here. And we'll be doing a live show again that night while Andrea's down at Ladonia bringing in food. We have talked about toys. We don't necessarily have a whole big plan on the toys. Don Ricks, a musician we had on a couple weeks ago, has hooked up an opportunity with Boot Barn, and they are going to be donating, I don't know how many, but a slew of socks for the holiday season. It's the number one asked for item when it comes to homeless and those that are in need. And so Boot Barn, Don Ricks, you guys got that all taken care of. We greatly appreciate all that. And they've committed those to the People's Patriot Project and our mission. So busy, and we love it. Busy,
Okay.
and we love it.
And there's one other thing happening, possibly. It's in the works yet. We through our web of people got a text, Mark and I and a few others, about there is a gentleman who raises puppies, Puradors. And so Great Pyrenees Labradors. And he, out of each litter, likes to donate one. And he works with a gal who does service dog or actually there might be two people, service dog training and emotional support dog training. And so she, through a line of people, it got to us that so the backstory is that somebody had wanted to adopt this puppy, a veteran had, and they had just gotten engaged and their dream house came up and they couldn't take the dog. It was too much at once. So he gave the dog back. And so it was kind of a rush looking for a new person. And I didn't have anyone in mind, and Mark didn't. And then bam, someone came to mind. My daughter-in-law knows somebody, and I got in touch and he was pretty excited about it. And that is kind of in the works, but on hold for a minute because we're not sure where the puppy is as far as being given away. But there will be a new batch, even if this one doesn't work out. So I think we have a new relationship with that connection as well. It's only one puppy every couple times a year, but I would love one. I wonder how much they sell for. Do you know anybody?
But ultimately, we're providing
Sure.
service dogs for veterans and that need it, and first responders that need a service dog. So very excited. We get the training and the animal, and we're just very excited. So again, just another snapshot of what we're capable of getting done with everyone that's out there. We the people, the People's Patriot Project. And so we've got two guests on here that have been extremely patient. I know one's a little bit under the weather and wasn't sure he's going to make it. I did do an announcement earlier. We did a piece on him on Friday. The guy that runs himself ragged and keeps on running, and then wasn't sure he's going to be able to make it on. And he said, well, if I'm not going to be able to make it on, I'm going to pass the baton to another good buddy of mine. Well, it ends up being someone that we are closely associated with as well. I'd like to introduce everyone to Jake Stovall of Gulf SAR or Search and Rescue, and DJ Elam of Veterans for Christ Initiative.
Woo, 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 woo.
Welcome, gentlemen.
How's it going?
It's been a busy year for you guys.
Oh yeah, it has. DJ, are you muted right now?
Yeah, I was keeping muted.
Okay.
I was gonna take it while you could.
No, yeah. Yeah, we've been busy. It's 8 hurricanes this year.
No.
Crazy.
We've had 9, but yeah, but I didn't go to the last one. I
You
was
just
sick.
didn't show up, huh?
Yeah, it's only North Carolina.
Which we really love North Carolinians. So,
And it was Florida. It was Florida and North Carolina. And
Yeah.
my board members live in Florida and North Carolina.
Okay.
Perfect.
And so I felt really bad because they were sending me videos of 5 minutes from their house flooding,
Oh,
and I was sick. And so I was like, well, I wish I could go.
but you know what?
So-
I don't know if it was just you that I saw this, and it might have been on someone else's, but I think it was you, Jake, who posted something about if you can't take care of yourself, it's not going to work to take care of others. And so you made a wise choice to.
Yeah, it's
To,
in search of, in any kind of rescue, it's if a rescuer is having to get rescued, then that's taking away people and risking lives, and it's one less life you can save. And you never want to be that rescuer.
Right.
So yeah, I try to tell everybody, unless you're totally healthy, unless you can do your job, you don't need to be out there. And I couldn't do my job. I couldn't do it right. So DJ was actually supposed to go with me. If I would have deployed, he was going to go with me. Yeah.
It's my truck and my boat. Everything's in.
And we know DJ thrives on that, helping
Oh yeah,
others.
he's very good at it.
Action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So tell me, we've kind of brushed over, what does Gulf Search and Rescue do?
Well, Gulf SAR is a foundation I just started. I've been doing search and rescue for about 15 years now. But I did it for other organizations. 5 different organizations over 15 years. And I learned a lot of great things in those organizations, but I also learned things that I would want to be different. You can't have an ego in rescue. You can't have any kind of ego. You can't want attention. We actually hate attention. And so it got to the point where I finally stepped back and opened up or put in for my own organization to start one. And Gulf Search and Rescue, that's what it is. We don't want everybody that's part of it has the same mentality as everybody's going to be trained, highly trained. We're not just people off the street. To be part of it, you have to go through a certain training to where it's safer for the people we're rescuing and it's safer for the rescuers. It's all going to be, boats that are equipped for the right reasons, not just a bass boat that they pull out. I love guys that just get out of the fishing boats. I love it. Those guys are great. They have their purpose. But there's been 52 people died in Texas in the last couple of years, rescuers out of bass boats, trying to help people.
Ouch. Yeah.
And so I wanted an organization that we train those guys in bass boats to do it right. And train them properly. And so that's what Gulf Search and Rescue is about. We're here to provide a safer alternative to rescues. And that's what the police are asking for. That's what the first responders are asking for, the Office of Emergency Management. They're wanting people that are trained to where they can just deploy them, like DJ and I, when we were working together during Hurricane Laura. They want to be able to deploy us without having to ask questions and babysit us.
Have a trust level before they call you.
Correct.
So is this, I'm reaching out there a little bit. Is this a call out and a shout out for those people interested in that, wanting to be a part of the solution? They could contact you. What is the training steps? What does it cost?
That's when I started this, my goal was 0 cost for a rescuer. A lot of us go broke trying to rescue people. I mean, I spent about $38,000 this year doing rescues. So what Gulf Search and Rescue, my goal is we pay for everybody's gas, hotel. Our insurance will cover their equipment. I will buy their equipment, their PFDs, their throw bags, everything like that, and I will pay for their training. For training, usually it costs between $600 and $800 per class, and I try to put them through at least 3 classes, 3 different levels before I put them in the water. So you're looking at almost $2,000 worth of classes that I want to pay for each individual. And what I was telling Andrea, a boat, to fully equip a rescue, you have to have at least 2 people on an inflatable, 2, maybe 3. And for a boat, a motor, and a trailer to haul it on, and then equip 3 different people, I could do it for about $7,000. So
it's not cheap.
yeah, and well, that's a good price to save. I mean, hundreds of lives a year. $7,000. So
We've been out there. We got donations. We've got about 5 boats, a couple trailers, some gear. So we put, while we were in the midst of it, we were putting like a wish list on Amazon, and things were showing up at my house that we were able to use. And I was like, this is great. Whenever we actually tell people what we're doing a little bit, start getting some help.
That's absolutely fabulous. I'll be real honest with you. Other than lie to you, of course. The People's Patriot Project, that was actually kind of came from I was involved with the search and rescue team with out of Bethel, and at the end of the day, everyone was pouring their lifeblood into the department, and families. You never heard anyone complain, but families were paying for their training. They're paying for their equipment. They're paying for everything, and this happens across the country with search and rescue and fire departments, where you have these volunteers come in and they just adopt the fire department or the rescue, and they have to give, and no one, they don't have to give anything, but they choose to give, and it's 100% going back into the community, and they're the ones that are giving all the resources for their family into this. So we greatly appreciate everything you're doing, but this is actually what spurred the vision of the People's Patriot Project. And I hope, and again, if you're feeling well enough to stay post show, we can start coming up with solutions to some of these problems, and we can start supporting you guys as well, and making sure that we have the right equipment, the right training, and again, like you said, $7,000 is a lot of money for us right now to say, okay, I need $7,000, but $7,000 to save hundreds of people a year. That's a different equation. And the whole thing is, what would it feel like if you called up 911 and there was no one else on the other side? And you have to realize the people on the other side are the people that are donating their time, their resources, their family's resources, and this and that. And so I love your message. I love your mission. I love your hearts. I love the passion. And again, back to what Andrew, you got to take care of yourselves. And this is the whole process of building a team. And I hope we can continue to dialogue and talk more and make sure that we're all part of each other's mission and building each other up and taking care of each other, because frankly, it seems like no one else is going to do that. So we got to do it for ourselves. I don't see you guys out there say, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. In fact, you just recently said you didn't want that, and we totally get that. But at the same time, we have to have a driving force that goes out there and makes sure that we have the training and the equipment and the resources to get both. And so thank you both for being on here. DJ, what have you been up to lately? How'd you run into Jake?
Man, I ran into Jake during Hurricane Laura. That's where we got spawned off, and we just had the same drive, the same motivation, and we clicked like brothers, and everything ever since then has been the same. And he's the one that I was trying to tell you about with search and rescue, and I was trying to get him involved with you, and it's just another, like I said, that I'm that spider in that spider web. I'm just trying to connect all the dots and connect people and find the right people with the right hearts. Because I don't want to just work with anybody. You know that I'm not out for myself, and I'm not out trying to get rich or anything. I'm trying to find people with real hearts. And with Jake and his organization, I was trying to get him to be the head of search and rescue for Veterans for Christ, but different things.
And we will still work together.
Yes,
we will.
Yeah.
We will.
And so I'm going forward with the construction company, the construction side. So we get the construction side big enough, I can keep paying people while they're on these missions, and they are employed. They work for Jake whenever they're on search and rescue. So we've got military veterans that come out of the service. We already know they've already proved themselves, and they're worth putting that money into. And
the best ones. They make the best rescuers.
Yep.
Well, they've got some pre-training. They know how to work as a team. There's some basic knowledge there, and I kind of got goosebumps right now thinking Shad wants into the construction piece of this. TJ's been here. I'm going to bring Scotty in. Scotty, who's forgotten 22 out of Kansas.
Hey,
Scotty. This is what a great connection and opportunity. And again, it's weird, and I know where your heart's at, DJ, when you're talking about how you want to put or wanted Jake to put into yours. And Jake already said it. There's no room for egos in rescue. Well, there's no room. It's the same conversation with working because we're in search and rescue. We're trying to save veterans and first responders.
Exactly.
It's just a little bit different. We're not dealing on the basis of hurricanes. We're basing on the basis of an invisible enemy that is going out and taking. So we're in search and rescue as well. And you're right. There's no room for egos. We bump into this every once in a while. It's kind of funny that you said what you said, DJ, because in the last 24 hours, I've actually had to fight a narrative with someone that we're associated with based on what we're doing and what we're trying to get done versus what they're trying to do and what they're trying to get done. Completely two different pieces. And we'll get there. We're going to get there. I love the integrity of the people on the screen. That's what I love.
Well, with Jake, I know he's the go-getter, get her done. And I offered him that piece because I can't run everything. And so because he's running his own, I'll partner up with him and I'll just pull back. I won't operate as search and rescue, but I will work for him.
Sure.
Rescue and continue the same missions. It doesn't matter how it gets done as long as it gets done.
I love it.
And we've talked about that, DJ, is it doesn't matter what the label is at the top of it. To me, that's never mattered. What matters to me is we get lives saved. I don't care who gets the credit for it. Never have.
I just want to be in the same boat with you. I don't care.
Always. I told you, you'll always be on my boat.
So here's a unique, and I'm just sharing this for our viewership right now who may not know the relationships. We kind of courted Jake, Mr. Stovall, here this last week, and he was feeling a little under the weather and said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to the show. And I'm like, okay, we'll work around that and we'll figure out. We've got kind of a list of people that we want as guests. And he goes, hey, why don't you bring BJ Elam on? Okay, they work for two complete different organizations. Now, they work together, but at the same time, he had enough faith. He said, DJ can take the helm. He'll do fine. And I'm like, well, I have zero problem getting a hold of DJ. Reached out to DJ. DJ was like, yeah. Me and DJ go way back. And I just love that you were working and striving to get our relationship together and work together in that piece. But that's such a novel idea that, you know what, I can't be there, so I'm going to send someone to my stay and we'll make it all work. I love it. It's the way it's supposed to be.
We just now worked together last weekend.
Yeah.
His organization, my organization, Cotton Foundation. We all cleaned up a cemetery in Lake Charles, a veteran cemetery. That's why I'm sick. We've done that for the last month. So we work, DJ and I, his organization, my organization, and just him and I personally, we will always work together.
That's awesome.
We have one goal in mind, and that's getting the job done, getting the mission completed. So whether it's in the water or out of the water, we'll always take care of people.
Well, I hope you include the People's Patriot Project in that as well,
Of course.
because
Hey,
right now I don't have a reason.
The more people, what I've always thought is the more people that reaches that we combine force with, the farther it's like I always talk about ripple effect. So you drop a tiny rock, tiny pebble in a big lake, and it causes a small ripple, and that ripple, the farther it gets wide, it becomes waves, and it reaches bigger and bigger. Well, you keep dropping them pebbles in, more people keep dropping them in, those waves become huge, and they reach across the world. And
Absolutely.
That's what I want to do.
Absolutely. I love it. Training. I love it. It's awesome. Any other questions for these guys? How can we help out?
How can you help? Awareness. I mean, I know my social media person is hating me because I despise media. Huh?
I said that we share in common.
Yeah. I hate I hate the attention. But we'll have our website up. I mean, we just now got our 501c3 a few weeks ago, and got our to where we can accept donations now, because I wanted to make sure that everything was on the level that 100% we were legit before we accepted the 1 penny, because I never want to be the organization that doesn't put back 100% to my people, to what it's intended for. And so I wanted to make sure to dot every I, cross every T. But awareness and gulfsar.org will be our website. We have a PayPal already up. But also, if anybody wants to reach out, if anybody across the Gulf Coast or anywhere pretty much, and wants to learn about volunteering to do water rescues, I would love to, they can reach out to me, and I can line them up no matter what state they're in. I can get them started to be a part of search and rescue. Because we have people from Michigan that come down. We have people all over. And I also go up, I do the floods in the Midwest and everything. I do all the floods rescues too. So it's not just hurricanes. So I might see you in Minnesota.
You might.
Yep. And that being said, both Jake and I, we're both in construction. We both want to do search and rescue, and I'm working on building the construction side, which Shad, I'm gonna need your help in that. Come on in. We need to grow, and we need to grow yesterday with as much as going on. We need to be big, and that way we can give back, and that way we can keep funding these organizations at the same time as helping other veterans with employment and having quality people to train for search and rescue.
I need you to hit me up with that construction stuff here within the next couple of days whenever you have time. I might have some people.
Okay.
That's why I brought Scotty in. We got some stuff to do, right, Scotty?
Yep. You want me to share my?
Yeah, go ahead. We're there.
So November is exactly 1 year since we've been in operation. It's been a horrible year with COVID. Up until 4 weeks ago, so right at a month ago, we had raised a whopping $3,500. And one of the people that I have been working with that has helped us with fundraising ideas and just different things has decided to come onto our board and be part of our program. Well, let me share my screen here real quick. Screen share. So he has came onto the board as our chairman, and we found this property that we are going to be owning and having possession of here within the next couple of weeks. So I'll play this real quick. Can you see that?
Watch. That's
So here we are on a 10-acre facility with 28 units that Forgotten 22 is going to provide for veterans to do reset, build resilience, and get some help they may need to transition back to normal civilian life. Well, we know a lot of people in the industry that want to do this, want to help us. Help the veterans because they deserve it. They're the best of us. They wrote a check to our country that they were willing to have cash, which was with their life. So at this point in our lives, and we're able to do something really big in the local Wichita, Kansas area to give back to veterans, help them with their transition, and just and make Wichita and the Wichita community a better place.
So, like I said, up until 4 weeks ago, we had raised $3,500, and he has came on board, and he personally
Welcome
went.
to another episode of Mining Now. In this episode, we are headed for Finland.
Thank God that's a video that played.
Yeah.
Oops.
But he's came aboard. He is personally signing the note on the property. He is buying it. It's a $500,000 piece of property that has currently 28 single units on it that is fully furnished, washers, dryers, everything a veteran could need. And then we have 10 acres. So we could fit, I think we figured out we could probably fit about 75 to 80 guys in there if we built out more units. And we have that 3,000 acre community center there that we're going to be able to do different training, different programs and stuff. And I actually just got these in the mail Saturday. Got that one from KCI.
Wow.
They're some cool dudes.
Nice.
And then we got that one in the mail. And we've got another one sitting on his desk that he hasn't opened, but I think it's another $3,000 check. And then because he's into firearms. They make firearms. And he just bought a range and a distribution center down here in Wichita. So with his connections within the firearms, we have about $10,000 worth of equipment that has been donated to us that we're going to be raffling off.
That's so awesome, brother.
So it's been an interesting 4 weeks.
Good for you, man.
That's awesome.
We celebrate this.
One of the people that he's bringing onto the group, she is a publicist for a few of the Seattle Seahawks. So hopefully we will be getting a little more connections here fairly soon.
Nice.
That is
Right on.
awesome.
That's great.
There is
I think even with the crappy year that we've had, that's a decent year. That's a good way to end a year.
I've had a number of conversations about how people think I am absolutely losing my mind to allow other organizations to come on here and share what they're doing. And I have zero problems spreading this opportunity for everyone to have the chance to save lives. And we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue this mission to move forward. We are going to continue to highlight those guys and those organizations that are boots on the ground, making a difference. And I full-heartedly have faith in everyone that I'm directly associated with and that we continue to promote. And we are so excited for you, Scotty, and Forgotten 22 down in Kansas. We're excited to work with you. We're excited for I know Jake kind of had the same conversation with Andrea. Mark's going to let me come on and promote my business on his. Yes, we are. We are going to do that.
That's how we
and, it's the right thing to do, and we will continue.
I'm not used to that though.
We can't do anything by ourselves.
I'm used to
not going to fix this issue by ourselves, one organization.
Scott, if you understood what DJ and I have been through sometimes, is everybody else, we would do the work and then somebody else would take the credit.
Yeah.
And get the donations for themselves.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I want DJ to hit me up with construction stuff, because once I fill this place up with 28 veterans, we need to find them work. And if it's in construction, repairing,
I love it.
Storm equipment or something like that, that'd be perfect for these guys.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
And what DJ and I have talked about is, so if those construction guys, if he's getting guys to work for him, veterans working for him, well, what do they do in their spare time? Or what do they do to feel the bond of training and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, and of helping people. One of the great things about veterans staying together and doing search and rescue is it's a unit. We run operations and deployments just like training. There's a command, the level of operations. They follow orders good. They give orders good. And they put their lives on the line before. Why not do it again? They're perfect. Yep. And it gives them a purpose to save lives. So it's not as risky.
So this is what I want to spur. I always want to be that seed to cause growth. So let's think about this. Normally we wait until the post show to have conversations like this. And by no means am I stepping on or want to step on anyone's toes or steal anyone's baby. But can you imagine that Scotty's got this center of veterans who now we put a training center in there as well to teach to do rescue and to teach construction and trade. And then all of a sudden a hurricane happens and we have a mobile unit already established there, up and go, in and out, done, over with.
Funny thing is, that's exactly why I wanted DJ to contact me.
That is so awesome.
And everybody talks about it being hurricanes. You know, we have more floods from coming off the mountains and stuff. Mm-hmm. I rescued more people this year in the Midwest than I did all the hurricanes combined.
I live in Tornado Alley.
That's where we do a lot of rescues. Yeah. So
no, this is a win-win-win, slam dunk. Thank you, ma'am. All over, and
it's wonderful to have rescuers, not just on the coast, to have them in Kansas and stuff, and that would be perfect because they can deploy pretty much anywhere.
Yeah,
and quickly.
Yeah, I think that would be perfect for these guys. You've got a whole group of 28, 30 guys that have gone through the training together. They live there on the property together and then deploy out to something like that. I think that's exactly what these guys need to get.
It's like a basic training unit is what it is. And so now everyone, I mean, gosh, I got goosebumps. I don't know about you guys. This is phenomenal. This is the way it's all supposed to be anyway. So
I told you, Mark, and that I wanted this construction company to be coast to coast. I want it in every state. I want it that way. We've got units in every single state for permitting, all that. If we've got individual units in every state, and then we've got teams in every state. We've got rescuers in every state.
So an exciting piece about this is you see the message from Kim ORSP, or ORP, sorry.
Stronger together.
She's kind of the curator of all this. She made sure all of us were connected in some way or another through Scotty, and she's been an awesome advocate of the People's Patriot Project, and the number of conversations we have with people on a daily basis is just, this is exciting, gentlemen, and I'm so looking forward to the future. And what all of you are doing is right. That's the funnest part about this is you can't find any wrong in helping people. I just there's nothing wrong with it. That's awesome. So we were worried. Our hearts go out to the Kazad family. They had a loss this last week. He was supposed to be on the show today, and he had a loss in the family. And by no means was I going to hold him to the commitment of this. And I told him family first and everything that we do. We weren't worried or panicked for a second. Maybe Chad was a little bit. Were you worried, Chad?
No, but we've always got backups.
We always make it work, don't we?
Yep.
Remember the one show where we started off with no guests at all? Before the show was even over, we had like 6 guys on talking about serving Patriots.
You've got enough people to pull random stuff together.
It works. So, anyone have anything for the good of the order or for what we're getting done? Any messages, Andrea?
I got no. Nothing new. I have nothing new.
Nothing new. We got some, yeah.
I'm gonna have to go in a second. It's about as much as I can talk.
I appreciate it, brother. You did longer than I thought you would.
Yeah, I can tell it's starting to.
All right.
Get harder to breathe. I gotta go do breathing treatment and everything. But I will be in contact with all y'all. Scotty, DJ has your information, so I'll talk to DJ tomorrow, and I can't wait to get this ball rolling with y'all.
Awesome.
Be awesome.
We love it.
All right.
Very cool.
Thank y'all
Thank
very
you for your
much.
heart, brother. Thank you for showing up.
He's coming, Jake.
Thank y'all. Okay.
What do we got going on here in the near future? Like I said, we got November 22nd, the Pints for Patriots event. We got some other things in the work with, we got a red card that we want to put out there. We'll give you more terms of that here in the near future. Patriot Forward, we have something we want to do with that. It's a nice play on words. It rhymes with pay for it. Patriot, pay for it.
Forward, pay for it. Pay it forward, Patriot Forward.
Patriot Forward.
That was me, by the way.
We're going to be working on that.
This
I
won't
guess
help
enough
you
of that,
guys.
go ahead.
Oh, and I was just gonna say this won't help these guys, but we have the we have a brewery punch card coming out too soon.
Ooh.
You have to come to Minnesota for these breweries and this one, but you know we're gonna stretch that out. We'll see how close we get down to you guys.
Well, we're going to push the commitment for that and see if we can make that more of a national trend piece. So that Pints for Patriots, watch for it. We'll be launching it here in Minnesota, and hopefully we can get some exposure across the country. It's a piece of cake, and
a beer.
It's a little work, but it'll be all good for all of us in the near future. I guess the message I want to say or have or hear or put out there is take care of yourself. You are no good to anyone else if you're not taking care of you. There's a time and place for all that. You got to take care of you and your family first. And then when that's done and over with, you have the resources and the opportunity to take care of others, and that's awesome. But you got to take care of yourself first. You can't if you're not taking care of yourself and you're out of the commission, so to speak, you can't help anyone else. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Can you see that message, Andrea?
Yeah, DJ's phone died on
DJ.
him.
So I can send him the link quick.
Yeah. So outside of that, Josh, you got anything for the good of the order?
Nope.
Nope. World's good. We had to put the I don't know what we call you. We had to put the thumbs in order today, didn't we? We had some people violating the good
Oops.
talking piece.
Oh no.
I think that was just me. I think everybody else stayed clean.
Thank you, Shad. Thanks for
The
taking
one that
that
we
for
would
the team.
expect to be the good one.
Yeah. No. So there's always got to be that one in every family. And that's me.
We appreciate all you that show up and watch what we're doing. It is making a difference. We are saving lives. And we can't do it without you. Bottom line, I take zero ownership of it. It's always a we thing. This is a collaboration for those that are out there listening right now. Make sure that if you have a means or a way or a resource, reach out to us. Or if you need someone or have someone that needs help, that's what our mission is. We are here to help, take care, and save lives. Outside of that, we will see you next week at We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. That's all I got.
I would like to leave it off with one last thing. If you are on People's Patriot Project and want to follow what Veterans Unite has going on, follow that. If you're on Veterans Unite, wanting to keep up with what People's Patriot Project is doing, by all means, make sure you cross-follow everybody. Don't forget about the what is it? Forgotten 22, Scotty.
Yep.
Check them out. Make sure you check out Golf SAR, and all the stuff again will be in the show notes. So make sure you check that out if you are listening to this on a podcast later on. I think that's all I got.
That's awesome. And I guess I have one last thing. If you're interested in being part of the post show, you can reach out to us at this time. Reach out to us on Facebook. Sometimes the post show goes anywhere from between an hour to 3 hours in the past. I'm not feeling 3 hours in my bones today, but we'll figure that piece out. And so with that said, Patriot Pride.